Well, just about what she said.
So you're going to have to, one at a time.
Thank you.
So we'll get to you in 1 second, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Also wanted to comment, if I may, on item 10, the Hill Park drainage. Is this paperwork, is this just being set up so that it can be put out for bid? Is that what I understand? So there's no numbers back? So more than likely, we're not going to see that work done this year, is that correct?
This has nothing to do with the figures and dollar figures. It's just more or less the beginning stages to get us to
I understand it, because we've been requesting this work for 2 years, and how long is it going to get, actually going to take to get a bid and a contractor and get this work done, because we have some serious drainage problems over there right now.
First of all, Michelle, can you address that?
Yeah, I'll check with Mark Parrish from our office and find out what the schedule is. I mean, you know, this still needs to be sent in to the Corps and the DEC, and they review these documents, so.
And they have been out there and marked this area already once, I know that, last year.
Right.
The ribbons deteriorated and fell off where they had placed them, so it's been a good year since they've been there.
And they redelineated the wetlands, and now we're putting these forms together. So some of it's out of our control in terms of regulatory review, but I'll check with Mark Parrish to see if he has, you know, a proposed schedule in terms of completing the project.
But that doesn't help myself and my neighbors who have to also tolerate a foot of stagnant water that breeds mosquitoes all summer and stinks, because we don't have the drainage that's leaving the detention pond that was put there to alleviate the flooding problem to begin with. My other comments would be, I'm kind of chagrined that, certainly being one that enjoys bicycling in the town, that we're actually looking to now put bicycling trails in so we can prevent people from speeding, instead of putting the bicycle trails in so that people can enjoy their town and get around besides using four wheels.
That actually is not the point of what Chief Snell said. We're just looking at other options of regulating the roads in certain areas that have heavy bicycle traffic or joggers, and see what is within the limits for our police department that would help and assist some of these residents with possibly dropping speed limits down a little bit lower, and signage, which is critical, as you know, for even the bicycle Route 5 that's on Route 31. I mean, we're talking Lakeshore Road, which you ride a lot. So there's quite a few roads that we're looking at, but it's helping to regulate speed with signage, acknowledge these kind of things are going on those roads.
Jody. But my question remains. I haven't heard that idea floated. I know I floated it at least once a year now. And I haven't seen us take lead on this, to actually want to put recreational trails in lieu of worrying about putting them in so that we can reduce the speeds of people that are driving unconsciously over 30 miles an hour through that area. I ride Beach Road and Muskrat almost daily, and for the most part, I don't have a problem in there because most people are driving reasonable. But all it takes is one inconsiderate person doing 50 through their neighborhood or alongside somebody running or biking, and it's a hazard to their life. So
I will say that in talking about bike trail and those kind of things, Leon came to the Parks and Rec Commission probably now a good 10 years ago, maybe 12. His reason to come to us initially was because he wanted to create some kind of trail on Lakeshore Road. And I worked with the Syracuse Metropolitan Transportation Group, as well as Chris at the time and Dick Blackburn, about widening, and we got stymied because you would have to fill a lot of those ditches in, you would have to extend the sides of the road, narrow the lanes. There was a lot of things we were looking at. The money wasn't there, and we were going to have to go to so many residents and tell them that we were going to fill in their ditch and then take the easement that we already exist along that road. It just was much too large a project that I could take care of. The other issue is Kildare Meadows in Brewerton. I'm working with the planning board, and I'm on record that we try and create a trail that would run from Orangeport Road to Guy Young Road along the railroad tracks on the back side of the western development of Kildare Meadows. I've put a letter to the developer as well to the planning board to try and get folks from Mud Mill Road area, all the way up through, and then all the way into the Brewerton hamlet. But that is also just on the books, so we're trying to work with trails, but there's so much to it.
Well, we have golden opportunity down there because you have the fisherman's access along the lake, which people will be able to park there if they like. They can drive down beach, they can get on the Muskrat and Lad, they can ride down the end of Long Point and come back. And I also use Mud Mill, and since they paved that, I've used it every year, of course, but since they repaved it, it's fairly safe. And of course, with the speed limit now having been reduced to 35 for the entire length, it's an exceptional road to ride on. But people have to feel safe. As you mentioned, we have Route 31, which is the state bike path across the state. I wouldn't recommend to too many people unless they got their heart and soul in it, like myself, to get out there and ride on that road because the traffic's just going too fast and a lot of people are driving over the edge lines and it's dangerous. So, but I hope this board will continue to look at recreational uses besides footpaths. Bicycling, it's a great health issue for a lot of us, and I see a lot of people down there running. There's a couple of track clubs that the North Syracuse cross-country people are up there, so something to look at, not too cost prohibitive, other than signing it and making sure the roads are safe for everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.
I think the simplest solution to these thoroughfares that people have created, as far as speeding, is to sever the roads, make them accessible from one end to the other. They could put a pass-through for people that ride recreationally or jog or whatever. They do it in the city of Syracuse. They can do it here, and it would be minimal expense.
Okay. Thanks.
I have a question.
Deborah.
And I will do far less than 3 minutes. But I do want to thank you for giving the other citizens a chance to speak their minds totally. My question is for Jody. Jody, this MBA, these MBA students and this marketing project you have,
Yes?
how much is that going to cost the town of Cicero?
Nothing?
Nothing?
No, not a dollar, not a dime.
I want to thank you personally. Thank you for saving this money. And I think that what you should do is you should try to cost it out so that you can come to one of these meetings and tell us how you got X number of dollars of free services. I think that's really super. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else want to address the board?
Nothing, 0, nothing.